Okay, good afternoon. We're gonna have a little conversation again today. You want to get us started, Mom?
Yes, I would like to. And what I would like to talk about today is some events when Axe and Matta were visiting Granddaddy and me by themselves.
Okay.
Uh, Axe came first, of course, after Madeline was born. We tried to get her parents to let her come before that, but they weren't ready. But after Madeline was born, they were ready for Alexandra to come. And she just sailed right in, just like she had always been doing that. One of my favorite things that I always remember doing with Alexandra, and it'll be interesting to see what she recalls later in life, if it's the same event. Aunt Tack had a dress that I had worn in a wedding that she loved. It was a blue dress, and she loved to play dress up in it. Well, when Alexandra was visiting by herself, we read the book Fancy Nancy over and over and over. And there were lots of different Fancy Nancy books, and Alexandra fell in love with those. And so we decided that we were going to dress up like Fancy Nancy. So she put on, of course, the blue dress that I had worn in the wedding, and it had already been cut off the right length for Aunt Cat. And I put on a dress that was similar to it. And she said, "Let's go around the neighborhood." And I thought, "Ooh, okay, Ax, we will go around the neighborhood." So we went to all the houses in our immediate neighborhood. Ax went to the door, rang the doorbell. Someone came, and she said, "I am Fancy Nancy, and this is my mother, Fancy Nancy, and we have come to say hello." Well, the people were thrilled to death. They had never had that happen in the neighborhood. And so we just talked for a minute, and then we moved on to the next house. There were like one, two, three houses that we went to. Axe had a wonderful time doing that, and she wanted to do it several times while she was there. And it was a lot of fun. The people thoroughly, thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yep, I heard a lot about Fancy Nancy from your neighbors.
I know it. One thing that I enjoyed, especially with Madeline, now I thought she was going to be playing Fancy Nancy too. That was not of interest to her. She liked the book, but she wasn't interested in doing any of that other stuff. What she wanted to do, two things. The first thing she wanted to do when she got there was to go upstairs where we had a kitchen set up, just a little area for her to play in, and a chalkboard and everything. And she wanted to play restaurant. So when Madeline came to visit, she always wanted to play restaurant. And each year, as she got older, I thought she's going to be done with that, but she wasn't. She kept on doing it for so long. And one of the things that she did on the chalkboard, one of the last times she did it, she had a complete menu written out of what her restaurant was. And sometimes I would ask for certain things. She said, "We don't have that today." Or she would just make it up as we would go along. And it was different every time we played. But I wanted her to have that chalkboard when we moved. So she wanted that. That was one of the things she
Yep,
actually picked out. And I think it's still in Michigan, and hopefully it will be.
yep,
But
we've got
those
it.
were two events for each child that are strong memories for me that I absolutely adored doing with them.
Yep, me too.
Okay, Granddad, do you have anything you want to say next?
Remember, well, Axe and Mala coming to visit. Uh, I would always take whichever one came uptown in Albemarle to the little diner called the Goody Shop. They would love to go, and we would find two stools side by side and watch Hugh Wainwright, who owned the Goody Shop and was the cook, like to watch him work and fix the stuff. And the one waitress in there, Lynn, would always come and make a big deal out of whoever was there asked for matter. And they would have favorite foods that they liked. One time they would want pancakes, or another time they'd want a cheeseburger. Uh, but we enjoyed going down and having lunch together and being able to interact with the cook and the waitress, and they always had a good time talking to and visiting with Axe or Mala.
And
That's awesome.
A fond memory.
that was their favorite time to get granddaddy's favorite time with each child individually. And I imagine they remember that as vividly as you do, John.
Probably.
One other story I have about Matter that was real memorable. She loved to try my shoes, and Alexandra did too. And I had a lot of shoes in my closet. They were all colors, different sizes, different not sizes, different styles, and all that kind of stuff. And each child would love to try on those shoes in my closet when they came. Matter especially would make a beeline for that. If she didn't go upstairs to the kitchen, she would go to my shoe closet. And she said one time to me, Grandmommy, I don't know why my mama only wears black and brown shoes. She doesn't have pretty colors like you do. And I love your shoes. One time she did that for years. One time she came, sadly, her foot had grown a lot since the last time she was there. She came in and she could not wear my shoes anymore, and she was heartbroken because she no longer had an opportunity to wear my shoes. And I've got shoes in my closet now that I need to get rid of. And I told Aunt Kat the other day I was going to do that. She said, "Oh, please save a few for Vivian, because I remember Madeline and Alexandra enjoying your shoes so much." So I'll
Yep,
save
they're
a couple
definitely
pairs for
good.
Vivian. But that was fun too. We had a good time doing that too.
Yeah. Axe or Mala. The second time they came to our house in Albemarle, and they got there, and I think it was Axe, but she was wandering all over the house. She came to her grandmother
It
and
was Zach's.
said, "Grandmommy, where is upstairs?" She couldn't find the way to get upstairs. So we showed her where the door to the upstairs was. And of course, ever since that event, she always knew where the upstairs was and all the fun things to play with.
It was a fun place for those kids to play. It was sort of like their own little playhouse. And although we had a bed up there too, it served as a bedroom too. Basically, it was a playroom for them. And we spent a lot of hours up there, didn't we, Granddaddy? With them, just playing and having a good time. And I'll be interested to know when they see this video at some point what they remember and think about those same events.
Yeah.
Yep, definitely. Well, those are great. Thank you. We'll take a break here and maybe start up and again on a little bit later.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thanks, John.